You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming, and somebody on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tian He Hui by Usepath. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Tex, have you heard about strange tales in the East before? Eh? Why ask me that all of a sudden? Just to see how good you are in preparing beforehand on our local knowledge here. A test? That's great! Let me think! We began talking back and forth. The boring trick back became engaging into our conversation. But soon we returned back to Tian He Hui. A little late here. I need to do my things right now. Then Tex, you go out and put the clothes away in your room. I have some other matters to attend to. Sorry about that. Oh, and once you finish with tidying up, rest for a bit. Someone will call you over for dinner. He shoved the 3 bags in my hand and with a little rush began jogging into the inner courtyard, waving goodbye. Fine? It's just much more comfortable staying in my own room. Opening the door, I immediately fell back onto my comfy bed. Unknowingly, with so little to do in the afternoon, I felt a burdening sense of tiredness crawling upon me. Wait, why do I feel so tired for the past 2 days? Thought I'd have quite a peaceful day today, only for all those things happening in the afternoon. I turned over and looked up at the ceiling. Sighing, I began reminiscing everything that happened today within my head. King Ku felt like an incredible person. Hearing that zither music of his makes me so much stronger. What kind of magical or martial art is that? I should ask him next time we meet. If it wasn't for the meeting that person midway... Who's that person? Shangguan? Oh, right, Shangguan Feifan, causing our conversation to cut short. Is every red guest under Daxi Rumor News' support like that? He has a good singing voice, but I really hate that personality of his. How come that kind of prick gets so many fans? Well, let's put that annoying prick behind me for now. But if it wasn't for meeting the sibling duo in the alleyway, maybe I wouldn't have met King Ku and Shangguan Feifan at all. Fate is such a strange thing. I turned over, lying sideways to look at the sunset outside the window. Hidden memories began flowing up from the depths of my heart. Ah Fei and Ah Hong, the 2 of them, reminds me of that time in the past. They're just so similar. I hope they can find a proper job in the future and cure their mother, too. Recalling everything in the afternoon, my eyelids began to droop and wait, and everything in front of my eyes started to get blurry. Ugh, so tired, damn. Must be the time difference acting up again. With my eyelids closing, my vision became clouded in darkness once more. Ugh, there's dinner soon. If I fall asleep now or any moment soon, I'm surely going to be late. And if I arrive late, I am definitely earning a scolding from Mosiah. My brains are flashing warning lights in my head as I realize what consequences await me if I fall asleep right now. But I couldn't control my body, and under this soft drowsiness, I closed my eyes. Just a little nod off won't matter. Someone's bound to come and call me over. Darkness, dampness, a cold room. The only lingering light from a flame lit up the somber space. A youth cowered in the corner with his head buried between his knees. Both his eyes were looking empty, as if the youth had severed himself from the world. Perhaps it's the cold and humid environment, or perhaps it's the fear of being in an unfamiliar environment, causing the youth's body to shake uncontrollably. It's been days since the youth actually ate anything at all. His breathing was dry and powerless, and he himself knew it very well, that if this continues, he'd starve to death. But it is not because there is nothing for him to eat. Rather, it's the youth himself resisting all of these. Just then, children's voices resonated outside the room. Some of them sounded familiar, while some weren't. Belle! Lisa! Everyone! And my favorite Wild Kid bass! We're back! Just outside the door is a sizable hall, and the voices started resonating as soon as its door was suddenly slammed open. Welcome back, Big Bro Scott, and our new friend here. Sorry for coming back so late, but we scored big today. We won't have to worry about food and water for the next few days. That's great! I'm gonna tell Lisa now. Outside the door were 2 unfamiliar voices conversing. In the youth's consciousness, they didn't know each other for too long. Well, where is he? Did he eat? No, he's still cowering in the corner and... So he's still refusing to eat. Yeah, I feel like he's barely hanging on if he doesn't eat anytime soon. Do we still have spare bread and water left? On the table over there. Thanks. If you're the one convincing him, maybe he'll listen. I know. A familiar voice came from outside the door, and a small flicker of life shone on the youth's eyes. Just as the voice fades, the door before the youth slowly opens. A ray of sunshine shone past the door. It was supposed to be warm and soft, but for someone like him who hid in this dark room for too long, it was far too glaring. A shadow approached the child. Tex! Tex, I'm back. Big brother! I stared straight into the piercing light at my brother with my half-squinting eyes. Perhaps because of my severe exhaustion and how long it had been since I've last eaten, I couldn't see him clearly. Listen, be a good child and eat something. Here. My brother pulled out a slice of bread and placed it before me. When can we go home? I want to go home. I want to eat Mom's cooking. I promise never waste any of it again. Tex, listen. If you don't eat anything... I want to go home, brother. I'm begging you, please. Take me home. I don't want to eat this. I continued sulking once more. Even though I'm starving, I didn't pay attention to him any longer. Just eat. Stop doing this to yourself already. His tone sounded like some biting anger was mixed in, but he still managed to control his temper and pushed the bread into my hand one last time, hoping I would finally give in and eat it. This is for your own good, Tex. You'll really starve to death if you don't eat. If I eat this, will you take me back? Will you take me to find Mom and Dad? Cloud bit his lip. His expression mixed and complicated. After a while, with great difficulty, he finally squeezed out a few words. I promise you. Really? I buried my head between my knees once more, not looking at my brother. Yes, I will take you back and find Mom and Dad, which is why... Cloud approached me slowly, placing his hand onto my forehead, gently caressing and placating me. Eat something already. I don't want to! I raised my arm and slapped his hands away. The bread in my hand flew away, and the sudden impact made Cloud spill a cup of water in his hand, pouring them away in an arc. What are you doing, Tex? We've gone through a lot of troubles bringing these back. I want Mom's cooking! I don't want to eat this! Facing my continuous tantrum, my brother couldn't endure it any longer. Ever since that fateful evening, he's been trying his best at spoiling me. Perhaps out of my father's last words of take care of him for us, my brother never hit me, nor been rude to me. Not even once. Tex! Eat! If you don't, you will really starve to death! In reality, my brother's still a child, just like me, but only a few years older. Such a burden was clearly too much on his shoulders. Eventually, there will be a day where everything will collapse, and those suppressed emotions finally erupted after all these times. Eh? With one hand, my brother picked me up by the collar of my clothes and shoved me against the wall. A buzzing noise rang in my head from the point of impact. It was uncomfortable. His hand was directed against my throat. I tried to move his hand away, but I found myself lacking the strength to do so. Brother, it hurts! Eat! If you still refuse to, I will make you! I don't want to! Then I'll feed it to you! Before I could argue or struggle, Cloud picked up the bread up from the ground and shoved it in my mouth whole, stuffing my cheeks full. I don't... Why are you still resisting? You'll never get to eat Mom's cooking ever again, you hear me? Mom's gone. Dad's gone too. We have nothing left. I've already lost them both, so please, I can't afford to lose you too, Tex. Drop by drop, warm tears began dripping onto my face. The tears became mixed with the ones hanging from my eyes and began flowing down my cheeks. Everything I said were lies, okay? Go back? Go back where? We have nowhere we can return to. Please, I'm begging you, Tex. The only thing we have left is each other. I don't want you to... His sobbing voices destroyed whatever he's about to say, and the overwhelming sorrow prevented him from using his strength. As he loosened his grip, I didn't try to struggle, but instead held onto his hands, feeling the lingering warmth from our cold palms, while my mouth was chewing the dried bread slowly. It took me a lot just to swallow one bite. I know. I saw all of it. I know it very well. No. Wrong voice. 1 second, y'all. I know. I saw all of it. I know it very well. Dad and Mom, they'll never come back. I thought you didn't know. How could I not when they killed Mom right in front of us? They dragged her out, tied her to the stake with a bunch of haze, and burned her alive. Tex, if you already know everything, then why? I just didn't want to believe any of it. As if the nightmare from that day was engraved deep into my mind, Those scenes will begin playing back on their own in vivid and gruesome detail every time I close my eyes. Fear, sorrow, and all those other negative emotions I felt back then. All of these were threatening to tear me apart. That's why I averted my eyes from reality. I chose to believe the lies my brother said. I tried to believe all this pain was an illusion. I wanted to believe there would be a day where we would be back, where we would go back and find Mom and Dad, and return to that old home of ours. But all the illusions and wishful thinking were shattered on this day. I don't want this. I want to go back. I want to be with Dad and Mom. I began trying to wipe the flowing tears off my cheeks. I couldn't even hear my own words clearly with the bread still in my mouth, but my tears, they weren't stopping at all, cascading over that young cheek of mine. Brother, I'm scared. Everything will be all right. Suddenly, my brother embraced my weak body, hugging me tightly with his strong arms. I can still hear his choking and sobbing voice echoing near my ears. He really tried his best to control his sobbing, but it was impossible for him to hide it completely. My elder brother, Cloud, tried his utmost best to heal the pain in my heart with his warmth. He caressed the back of my head softly with his hand. The comfort from his actions brought a slight sense of peace and ease to my body. Then he whispered with the softest voice he could ever conjure. There, Tex. It's all right. I only have you in my life left, Cloud. I'm scared that I'd lose you as well one day in the future. Don't be. I'll always be by your side. Can you promise me? I promise. One more time, please. Of course. I, Cloud, solemnly swear to always be by your side and will never leave you alone, Tex. Then I promise to you, too, that I will never leave my brother behind, no matter what. Thank you, Tex. Which is why, don't be afraid anymore. Strands of warm and gentle light illuminated the room from the gaps of the door. Like before, the light wasn't as glaring this time. A warm breeze invited itself in, making the small and cold room a little less unbearable than before. We siblings hugged one another, neither of us willing to let go, because we promised to one another. What's with the dreams lately? Not to mention all of them were the past, too. It's kind of annoying. How many years has it been already? I got up from the bed and a dizziness suddenly assaulted me. Perhaps it's due to me suddenly standing up before I'm clear enough in the head. My brain bulged in pain for a while. Ow. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have fallen asleep. That way my head wouldn't be... I looked at the sky outside. The veil of night approached quietly and cast itself over the eastern land. The room now looked a lot darker without the candlelight, just like the room in my dream. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!